And so I'm just going to demonstrate how the student logs in and interacts and the administrator logs in and interacts. So you click login, and then we're just going to put in a user. Of course I get it wrong. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so the student gets logged in, and the first thing that they see is the latest recommendation for the courses they should take for the upcoming semester. So you can see that it lists the two courses in this case, and the last time that it was updated, and an option to change their preferences, view them, and then also view the history. And you can see that the navigation also has, this is the dashboard, so you can click on the preferences if you choose to. So let's just go into the preferences real quick, and now we can see on the left hand side we have the student preferences and the number of courses that they're going to be taking or they want to take in the upcoming term. And then on the right hand side you have the course catalog, and you can see that all of the kind of details about the course are listed, and whether or not the course has been taken by that student, and then a button to add the course to the preferred list, and if it has already been added, then it's obviously grayed out. So you can interact with this, and you can see that this list updates. You can save your preferences, and let's go back to the dashboard, and you'll notice this timestamp, and it actually just updated. The courses may or may not have updated, but that depends on the optimization engine. But you can see that it automatically updated. If we go onto our history, then we can see, given our preferences, this is the recommendation for all timestamps, basically for all simulations that were executed. So that's that. So in the administrator view, it's not quite as robust, but we have the ability to change a course, kind of requirements and professor. So we can change the professor, we can change the TAs, we can change the prerequisites, that kind of stuff, and we can change whatever we want. We save it, and you can see that those items have been selected. We can also, this is not shadow mode unfortunately, but we're able to run a simulation. So after this change, simulation is not automatically kicked off because there could be a lot of changes in a short period of time, and we want to allow an administrator to make a bunch of changes and then force a simulation. So once you do your changes, you can run the simulation and then it starts.
The backend service is basically a RESTful service using JAX-RS and Jersey, and we're using MongoDB as our database. The backend service is basically a RESTful service using JAX-RS and Jersey, and we're using MongoDB as our database. The databases that we have are the entities that use course, professor, student, teaching assistant. We also use like a user authentication, and we keep like every single simulation record. I'm gonna focus on the simulation part. The student and the admin service has a entry point of a simulation request. Is gonna send the simulation request to this class called simulation service. It keeps two keys to actually keeps the incoming request, and it also has an engine that will be triggered. So what the simulation does is like load the database and offer the objects to the simulation engine, and then updates the database of the simulation. Hi, Manir, can you introduce your simulation process?
Yeah, so the simulation, I call it the optimization engine, which is implemented using the Singleton design pattern. It uses two-dimensional Groovy variable arrays of the student course, course professor, and course PTA to add the constraints from the inputs provided by the admin and student. And then it optimizes the model initially based on maximizing the student course pairs by giving them a higher weight, And then second, based on minimizing the number of courses a professor and a TA has to do by giving them a lower weight. And then returns that recommended solution back to Feng. That's all from me, Feng.
Okay, thank you. And we're gonna do a little demo about like how the request handling and the simulation is gonna work. I'm running a local instance of the server, and I'm gonna use this tool called Postman to run all the RESTful service request. So for example, if I request a student ID, I can get the information of the ID. The dataset we actually loaded in the database includes 200 students, 18 courses, and 33 professors and a few teaching assistants. So it's a medium size like simulations for simulation, and you can, as you can see, and let's just take a look at the simulation record. And as soon as the server is up, it should simulate once. Then when the student wants to actually change something, okay, I'm gonna have to post this information into the student. Okay, so this is the student information. I'm gonna want to change the student one, and if I change like the preference, the courses, and then when I send the request, and it says updated, and then when I go back to the student, and you will see the recommended courses will change accordingly. So this is how the student mode is working when the student changes the preference. When the admin comes, actually they can change the database as well. So I want to show one course that is not offered right now, which is the number 7. And according to Monier, this course is not offered because there is a lack of a TA. So I'm gonna just change like the TA pool. So I'm gonna get like the first TA that I'm gonna get this TA, and then add a capable course of 7. And then we see how the database changes. Okay, I need to get the teaching assistant for object here, and then I'm gonna add 7. Okay, 7. As so I'm then after so it changes database first, and then it will submit, and then we can see course 7 is here. Okay, it's assigned a TA and a professor.